Hey everybody, welcome back to the program. I'm very excited because today in the vinyl pad I have the very talented Brittany Davis. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I had the treat to see you live last night, and that was so much fun. Can you tell me about your band that you formed for, this was last night in LA. Can you tell me about them a little bit?
I've been trying to find a good band, but these guys, I found like they all trickled in, so they're all Seattleites. So okay, we're all from Seattle, and so we just kind of been playing together all over the place. Some of us more than others. Like the drummer Conrad Real, I've been playing with him forever.
Yeah.
Jason Cameron, Vivian DeMarco. Let me get that right.
Yeah.
That's the one on guitar.
Yeah.
And freaking awesome. I've been playing with them for a long time, but Jesse Stern is new. Like the bass player is new to us, and he is killer.
And tell me about your new record. This is your debut album. That's a big deal for any artist.
Yes.
Can you tell me about the process that went into it? Maybe some of the triumphs, maybe some of the struggles.
So I am a producer in just every way. I produce all my own music.
Yeah.
I produce every track on this album, and every instrument was played by my own hand.
That's amazing.
And
that is so amazing.
Yeah, it was so fun to just like explore different tones, but a lot of the music, it came together over time, but then the bulk of the album came together quite quickly, like spoken word tracks and all of those different things. They were coming together so fast. Like it was just like this release of energy. I poured my soul over that wax, man. I tell you,
oh my gosh, I can totally feel that when I got to hear it digitally. I'm so excited that we have the vinyl here in the studio.
Image issues.
Yeah, it felt so much like you were talking to me and revealing like it felt like very personal things on this album.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, did you struggle with that? Like what to keep in and what not to talk about, or is it?
I couldn't hold anything back.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of those moments where I just realized, like, you know, and this is kind of a thing, but either I'm gonna tell it or some tabloid's gonna tell it,
right,
in a way that's inauthentic and has a air about it that is all about sweet and hope and everything. But I wanted to show that, like, you know, when you feel like because the way you look and the way that you act and where you come from is going to be actually a disadvantage. It doesn't feel very hopeful. You know, like I was talking to somebody about body positivity, and I understand it as a concept, but as a life goal is to live for like a body positive moment or a body positive lifestyle. Look, let me tell you something. A lot of those people they talk about are people that have disabilities when they talk about that. People that are overweight when they talk about that. Let me tell you something. When you don't feel good in your own body, there is no body positivity.
Right.
So here's the deal. Body positivity can look great on the outside. You can give them all the accolades you want to give them. But a lot of the times, they face a type of ambiguous grief that is not talked about in the mainstream nearly enough for people to truly understand what it's like to be the one that was taught. I mean, people might say you're beautiful, this and that and the other thing, but in media, they teach you to hate yourself because you're different.
Yeah.
They are simultaneously teaching you to love and hate yourself. And it's dangerous because you love the things you're supposed to hate and you hate the things you're supposed to love. It's dangerous. And I think that's why image issues is so important. It's it's desolate out there. So the image issues, I couldn't hold back anything because I was like, listen, if I'm going to tell it, either I'm going to tell it and everybody's going to like laugh, you know, or it's going to be a new thing where people's like, I got to say it, you know?
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for making this album. I kind of want to back up just a little bit because
For sure.
the fact that you played every instrument on here is phenomenal. But like from a technical standpoint, like what do you start with when you record? Because you're just one person. Like how do you create? Like what? How do you even do that? I mean, it's amazing. I just want to get a little slice of that. Yeah.
In about 2011.
Yeah.
I started doing a lot of digital stuff with a computer and Logic Pro. And also I brought Native Instruments into the mix. So Native Instruments is a little company that does like all the virtual instruments. They kind of do virtual keyboards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got MIDI controller type deals going on here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so when we talk about playing instruments, what I do is I study an instrumentalist of whatever caliber I'm looking for.
Oh.
You know, so I'm studying bass players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want a good bass. Like Sepricon is a good example. I was studying a lot of James Brown, a lot of Bootsy Collins.
Yeah.
You know,
I got that.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm playing these bass lines that are like, oh, she's playing a 4-string bass or a 5-string bass. What you don't know is me and these keyboards, we getting busy.
No way.
Yes way.
Wow.
It's me and these keys, and we are lighting it on fire. Like when I'm going to play. Dang, I just want to talk about it, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? No, because I make beats, I make loops, is what I call it. I make loops. All my loops are like 4 to 8, 16 bars, little loops. These little loops come out in the woodworks or whatever. They don't do nothing much. You know, they don't, on their own, they're nothing much.
Right.
It's when I start building them little spots in between, then it starts getting juicy. Everybody looking, so what's she playing? I was like, I ain't playing nothing. That's just the part that I had to do to get to the next part. Then when I started expanding upon that, they're like, okay, now I get it. I do get it, you know.
And then how did the treadmill come into all of this, that rhythm?
That treadmill is, it's always personal with me. Yeah. So I'm sorry about that. But it's just a part of
apologies. It's all good.
That's the only thing that I have is that this is personal.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to treadmill, I think about our health culture in this country. And I talk about it all the time about being overweight and feeling unwelcome.
Yeah.
In, you know, the social discourse, because I'm not only am I overweight, but I'm also black, I'm also blind, and I have come from a place of economic lack, right?
Right.
So, I'm a big black, broke, blind bitch, okay? Coming from that area, in my mind and in my status, that treadmill represents that shame I feel. Like, it's just relentless. I'm always trying to lose weight. I'm up and down. I'm always trying to lose weight. The rhythm of, even deeper, the rhythm still of abuse.
Right.
When, you know, I talked about the abuse I had as a young child, that I suffered abuse by my uncle.
Right.
And that abuse has a rhythm. Abuse is a cycle.
Yeah.
The fear, the shame, all of the episodes, the cadence of each episode, you have to understand. It all has a rhythm in a way that's really, really, really relentless, and it struggles. Some of the rhythms of the treadmill change sometimes. And the way that they're played against the piano, sometimes they're double time, sometimes they're triple time. You're going to hear it in the album. You're going to hear it.
Yeah.
And the treadmill represents the death of autonomy. Because you think you have control over this thing, but you stop if you want to on the treadmill and see if you don't fall off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, that mug gonna keep going. You just go skin your knees.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me.
Me too.
Yeah.
So I know.
And you talked about piano, and I was reading that towards the end of the making of this record, it was I forget who asked you to do this. You can clarify, but
Josh Evans. Yeah.
yes, he said to play, just improvise throughout. You know, listen to your own record and play piano
Over it.
Mm-hmm. That's so brilliant. What did you feel when doing that?
I love Josh Evans. Man, I felt like, listen, that is my man. Like, we produce everything together.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I started all this recording at home. Then I took that thing to Big Litho. We took that thing up there, and he said, hey, play over it. I was like, man, you crazy, dog.
Yeah.
Talking about all these songs. And I was listening to the music, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm just going to play it like it is, and I ain't going to do nothing else. I'm just going to play every song. Every song had, some songs had the piano in them, and some didn't.
Right.
Because some of them came later in that process than when he told me to do this.
Yeah.
But when he told me to do it, I felt really like I was skeptical if I was going to be able to pull it off myself.
Yeah.
Because there's so many emotions in the album, I might have like hit the piano. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I was feeling everything that came with just that album in general.
Yeah.
The persistence of it, the negative plus positive pull of it. It was so painful to like walk through that thing. It hurt so much.
Yeah.
Because I was not, and it's not easy to start off a song. We still talking about the same things, but it's not easy to start off a song like, it's hard enough being female and to be big, black, and blind as well. It's not easy to start off a song this way because, or I believe in God, does God believe in me? Like, those are hard questions you got to ask yourself.
Yeah.
Those are hard questions that have somebody ask you because nobody knows what it's like to have to see that. Joshua having me play piano, it helped me to capture it in a way that made me really, 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 really notice the intricacies and the places I went on this journey.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what it did, man. That thing, it opened up is what it did. It's what it did. When he had me play piano over it, it opened up some stuff that was closed.
And then when you were done, were you changed? Did you feel anything differently about the record?
When I was done, I felt empty.
Really?
Yeah, like, you know, you got a cup.
Yeah.
You know, you take this thing and pour it over yourself.
Yeah.
It's just empty. You ain't got no more water.
Right.
You ain't got no more pain. You ain't got no more joy. You're just empty. It literally is like, I can't give nothing else. If I didn't give it, I ain't got nothing else. This image issues, man, I'm telling you, it's my soul, dog. I put my soul on that gum thing. And it was so painful. I couldn't, I couldn't put myself back together. You know, I just kind of had to exist for a minute, kind of apart.
Okay.
But I jumped in the water, so I was ready to get wet. Right. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was gonna happen.
Right.
But this one, like this thing really opened me up. Like I was empty. When you say, well, how did I make it? I said, after that piano part, I was empty. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I might have just made a huge mistake. But at the same time, I was like, I don't care, man. I got to tell it like it is. I'm tired of hiding behind these preconceived notions of what a big black blind girl can do with her voice. Everybody's like, oh, she's a big girl. She come from the church. She can sing and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, literally, I hope you don't mind if I cuss.
You're welcome to do express yourself.
I was saying because it's one of those things where I want to be respectful of other people's space, but honestly, I'm like, fuck y'all. Every time I turn around, I'm looking at people. Tell me exactly what I can do with this voice. People are telling me from the beginning, like, okay, you should go in the gospel. Now, don't get me twisted. I believe God gave me this gift, and I want to glorify Him with it. But it is dangerous to snap somebody's neck and then tell them they can fly. You know what I'm saying? It's deadly. And that's what I've been taught, and that's what I've dealt with society and my gift. And that's why this tape, when I broke through the tape, I'm like on the police scene. I'm on the scene of the murder. The murder is my image. It was murdered, okay? Because there was a time in my life where I looked different. I never knew. There was a time in my life where I felt different about the way I looked. I never knew because I was taught to hate it. So she died. If you had a beautiful rose and it was beautiful and you didn't even know you had it, it would just sit there and die. And you can't water it if you don't know you got it.
Right.
You can't see it, so you don't know it's there. So it just dies. And everybody's like, why would you let it die? And I'm like, because I didn't know.
Right.
I grew up my whole life thinking I was weird.
Right.
So alien is what image issues is, man. It's a foreigner like me. That's what that mug is. It's a foreigner.
Thank you so much for making this record. I'm taking a look at the physical vinyl right now.
Yeah. And
you have some Braille at the bottom.
Yes, I do.
Oh, and at the top here on the back cover.
Yes.
Was this is your idea to?
It was my idea. Was Chris's idea. It was Billie Jean's idea.
Yeah.
It was all our idea. But I was like, I need to do something that sets this album apart from every other album anybody picks up, especially people that are blind.
Yeah.
Because, and it's not just about the Braille because they're blind. I would have done symbols, anything.
Right.
Something to to really put some significance to the vinyl and to what it represents. Because it's like, you can pick up any album and be like, what album is this? Have to take it out the case.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. No. I want you to touch it on the outside and know that you're touching something different than what you usually touch.
I mean, that's such a beautiful sentiment because everyone that I talk to who collects vinyl in this day and age, it's all about the physicality, the touch, the feeling, the quality. Yeah. And to do that is, it's a gorgeous statement. I just love the fact that, that you've done this. And also in my experience, I've rarely ever come across that on another record. And the only other time that I did, someone had they made like a label with Braille and stuck it onto the cover.
Oops.
And that's the only time I've ever come across that. And so to have it
the only thing I said, oops, I say Braille labels come off.
Yeah, this one was stuck on. It was some Rolling Stones records, actually.
I love Rolling Stones. They got
yeah.
Man, I heard somebody was playing with them the other day. I was like, listen, y'all going hard still. Listen, I can't believe. See, that's what I want to do one day.
Yeah.
I want to make it to where, like, when I get up in my, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm up there still. Oh, come on, man. I can't wait.
Are you more of a Rolling Stones person or more of a Beatles person?
Oh,
and it's okay. You don't have to pick, but I'm just curious.
I can't pick. Yeah. I can't pick.
Depends on the time of day.
It depends on the time of day, but it also depends on the worldview at the time too.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you have any favorite Beatles moments or songs or anything like that? Or
man, I just love the whole vibration of them.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to Here Comes the Sun the other day.
Oh, so good.
And I was like looking up at the stars though. It was late one night.
Yeah.
I say looking up at the stars, like it's stars around me. But
Yeah.
but I'm just like, you know, I'm paying attention to the words and the way the production has come together. And I'm like, damn, somebody really did this shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they really patched in. You know how when it's cold, you wish it was hot?
Yeah.
And when it get hot, you say, dang, I wish it would cool down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they captured that moment when it switched from cold to hot. It's like they somehow in this sonic portrait, they painted this picture where it was like, man, it's been so cold. I wish it would warm up. And they caught that moment when it was like, oh, it's warming up. Look, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way that I view it sometimes.
Yeah. So who else is an inspiration for you?
John Legend.
Yes.
Michael Jackson. He's been following me around.
Yeah.
Man, y'all better leave me alone. This Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, I seen him. Listen, I was at a store yesterday playing his music on a keyboard. Anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Okay, all right.
But, you know, I'm just saying, I seen him at the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Like on the
On the sidewalk. Man, I'm telling you. So I'm walking, and we ain't even there for that. We there to do the show last night.
Yeah.
Wherever we did the show at. You seen them stars?
Oh yeah, all over that. And then,
all over that.
Yeah.
And then Stevie Wonder, of course. We got Ray Charles.
Right.
You got John Baptiste. Okay.
Yes.
That's my man.
Yeah.
Oh, he's stinking.
Did you see The Color Purple? Did you?
Don't even start.
Oh,
yeah,
what?
I did.
Okay, well.
Wait a minute.
All right.
I'm cracking up right now because I was about to say The Color Purple.
No,
you took
weren't.
it right out of my mouth. You got me. But it was so funny because I was like, me and The Color Purple, I was waiting to see what they were going to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I was just floored. I was floored. Like, John Baptiste, he played such an integral role in that part. Like,
Yeah.
and it made my heart just soar for him, for the whole cast. And in my mind, I was like, I'm not here. I'm there with them. I'm there with them. I'm playing the music with them. And I was like, one day I just got to get there though.
Yeah.
And it's not the fame. It's that camaraderie where you in the room with the people that just make your stomach drop to the floor, but you don't care because you like, you know, of course, we got Prince happening. We got, you know, Prince be happening.
Yeah.
He's a whole event. Like, what happened today, Prince? it happened.
Yeah.
And then you got also Stone Gossard, super inspired. That man inspired me. He do. Sonically too.
Yeah.
I've been messing with lead guitars. Like, I've been playing lead guitar, like, on the keyboard now because of him. I didn't do that before. I promise you, I did not do that before I met him.
Oh.
I didn't.
I love that though. I love how you can get inspiration from the people that you work with or you collaborate with. And it opens things up and it
starts something.
Yeah. And it's not so much like it pushes you, it just almost encourages.
Yes.
Yeah. I love
it creates space for it to happen.
Absolutely. You really touched on something, like in my own personal life, it's really at this point not about fame, it's more about getting to meet interesting people and talk to them and like hopefully like collaborate with more and more people and just hear their stories and just like, because I always walk away from these interviews with like all kinds of new artists to check out, like people I hadn't heard of, and it's just so much fun. I just love it. Yeah,
that's real.
Yeah, it is real.
it makes a shift in the way you think about life, because you don't have forever, but you do have today.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when I think about people, like, everybody's mad at them. I understand, but don't be too mad on man. Look, Kanye West,
Yeah.
producer. Okay, Timbaland, producer. These men, without me knowing it, were some of the most integral pieces of how I produce today. They taught me to be fearless in my production.
Yeah.
You know, they taught me to be fearless in how I made even Image Issues. Image Issues is a compilation of all of those different styles I was talking about. You hear Jay-Z back in the day when he was doing the, you know, you hear some Cardi B when you hear these trap beats. You hear a little bit of this salsa thing at the end.
Oh,
you
yeah,
hear this little, you know, Afro beat thing happening with some Drake on the Fallout, with the chorus and everything. Back when Drake used to sing a little bit. You know what I'm talking about. It's all there, man. Those moments. Those here come the sun moments. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Where is it? It's a resonance.
Absolutely.
You wake up your mind.
Did you ever get into Dilla?
Woo!
Okay. All
That
right.
is a...
Oh, I had to ask.
That is a mug there. Man, when he... Listen. Dilla.
Yeah.
The triumph of sonic expression that he represents is beyond... It's literally beyond reckoning. Because people don't realize what he did. He took something that everybody said was bad and made it good. Anybody who's behind the beat or in front of the beat, they always slander. He took something like non-quantized greatness and made it everything. Everything anybody wants to hear. You hear lo-fi music to this day. You hear two-stepping music. There's this you know, you hear this thing,
I hear it.
and it's all there. And that mug, he'd be like, Dilla, 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 Dilla everywhere. And I knew my best friend was into vinyl, but I didn't know how deep he went until I found his Dilla stats. He had the instrumentals and everything.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I just have donuts. That's all I have.
come on, man.
That's all I got.
You gotta.
On vinyl.
Hey, listen, donuts is got you covered. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I was in Kansas City starting actually I was working with a nonprofit organization that helped young teens kind of get into production and, you know, kind of exploring what they can do with sound. And one of the sonic painting styles that we use some of Dilla's tracks.
Okay.
And so when you said Dilla, man, it woke up a whole thing. I was like, whoa.
I mean, he's for, apart from the people he brought up and then the fact that like we have a finite amount of time, like that's what made me think of Dilla, because like his impact for the amount of time that he was here is like you can't even describe it.
You can't describe that, no.
And so yeah, I just had to know. I mean, I figured it had some influence on you, but
it did.
Yeah. I mean, even to this day, I mean, there's, I forget what documentary it was, but I think it was on Dilla, and just you hear Kanye talk about him, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's legit, his impact. And I wonder if you could tell me, do you have a vinyl collection?
I don't yet.
Yeah, okay, well,
I don't.
I think you have one right here to start with.
Yes.
A brilliant record to start with, yeah. So that's awesome. I'm excited for you, I really am. I'm excited for everyone to hear this record. Can't wait to share it with my viewers. Yeah, I think if you're not already proud, you should be very proud of this.
I am very, very proud of Image Issues. Oh, Image Issues. I can't wait for y'all to have it, man.
Yeah.
I can't not.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being here. This has been such a treat, Brittany.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.